As you can see, it's nearly 11 o'clock, 2 minutes to, and what I've decided to do is work on some sprites. It's not sprites, sorry, tiles for a tile map. And I spoke about buying them, but I couldn't really see anything I liked, so I thought I'll have a go at making some. So here we are, as you can see in the image editor. I resized the image. I'm going to resize all frames. I put it to 512 by 512, and that gives me quite a lot of room to play with. I then went to the grid toggle and set it to 64 by 64 so I can see where each tile should go. As I mentioned before, in oops, as I mentioned before, in Game Maker, when you import a tile, the first tile in this corner here will be blank, even if you filled it in. When you put it in the tile map, it will register it as blank, as an eraser. So as you see, I've gone for blue, and it's starting to take shape. I started with these two, started patching that round, having a look, and then realizing that there were gaps. So what I want to do is I'll just click play, and I'll just show you what I'm trying to get. So it's not perfect, but it doesn't really match the characters. But they're going to change. I've decided they're just placeholders. So on the outer edges where it goes into the black, I've got it with the like darker edges. I just need to work on that for the cornering, as you can see just below the orange section up here. It looks a bit out of line, and those overhanging things should probably be changed as well. Maybe have some of that lighter cladding around the bottom. We'll keep going along. And you'll see places where there's gaps in the actual feel of it. So we've got these guys knocking about. So we'll jump over here. I need to work on ones because they're not all pieces are 64 by 64, as you can see. There's those little bits. There's these little bits. All these platforms are thinner. I don't have any spikes or anything. What I'm going to do is each row you go down. So when you go through here, this will be a different color all the way down, and the final boss room will be also different, maybe more demonic. Now, one of the cool tool, which I didn't really understand the appeal of until I've just played with it, is in Game Maker, there's an odd thing where you can't just highlight, copy, and paste. What it does is it creates it as a brush. So if we select all of these, and then seems to, if we click that, it'll bring up another section. So what I'm going to do is get rid of this. If I can remember how to. There we go. And when you go to now paint it, depending on the colour you've got selected here, will change the colours. So as you can see, this is like a purpley red. I quite like the cement in between the bricks being quite luminous. It's based on the origin colours, so in this case blue, because we're adding orange, it'll go somewhere greenish. I mean that's a good colour. You can add things that basically don't change it at all. You can go to something like a true green and like totally luminous green. It's no, as you can see, these tiles are nowhere near as luminous and probably quite palatable. If you want to go absolutely psycho, you can turn it to like a dark colour. If you go white, it's like with a bits of grey, as you see, adding grey to it can change it slightly, so it gets slightly darker. I'm trying to find a interesting colour. Nope. And I think it's because I've started them off in blue. If I'd have started them off in these sort of shades, I think these colours would have totally changed them, and we could have had pink bricks. So what I'm going to do is build this out for one set, replicate it, and put it each different level down, give it a nice variance. And much like I expect in a Metroidvania, when you go to different areas, you've got different colours, so you have different. It's almost like a different theme. We are going to try and do a few levels of sprites, sprite styles. You have some stuff that's slightly in the foreground, or like a middle layer, this layer, and like a proper background. So the background's going to be tiled. It'll be darker, and hopefully I'll be able to get this all together by the deadline. I will return to fixing the issues, um, and I can show you quickly some little bits. What you've got is you've got your paintbrush, you've got your eraser, you've got color remove tool. If you what's that? It's a bit silly. So you can like that. It's gone. That's gone. Very easily you could replace it and save yourself a whole bunch of time. It's a bit garish, but it's the other way of doing it where you don't need to create the brush and then change the tone based on the other stuff. You can actually change it to a true colour. It's a bit, ooh, a bit garish. That's better. If we did something like that with red and may place these, that's quite bright, but with a bit more changes, we could probably make something like that. A bit more demonic. Maybe we'd go, I don't know, it's a bit too much. Oof, we made a deck already. If you want to go like these old sort of colours that you used to see on Sega games or Amiga games. But yeah, flesh coloured, it's a bit unsettling. Well, what I'm going to do is keep this one short. I'm going to shoot off, get some more stuff done, go to bed, wake up in the morning, and hit it again. So, like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Let me know what you think, and make sure you check out the game when it's finished, which will be next Wednesday, I think it is, the 15th. Bye.